What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to Armed Radio tonight. I am your host, Shannon.
And I'm Bill.
And we are your hosts for Talk Live Paranormal. Tonight we have a good buddy of mine, Donald Wisman, is on here with us tonight.
Hello.
And then we have a special guest tonight, Juanita Szafarnski. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
And then Juanita is actually a psychic medium, and we will go more into detail with her here shortly. And then also we have one of the producers in the lobby with us right now, Jimmy, that might pop in every once in a while.
Hello, everybody.
I'm already freaking out.
It's been an interesting conversation for the last 30 minutes, and you guys will find out why here shortly. But Bill, you said you had an announcement. I'm going to make you get it out of the way.
Oh, May 18th. May 18th. We're going to the Sally House.
That was your bucket list.
Sucker.
No, that wasn't on my bucket list. My bucket list is Auschwitz, not Sally House. It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't look the same.
I thought you said Sally House about a month ago.
I said the Sally House is not on my bucket list, but the Sally House is one of those ones that's bothering me to go to.
So is it an Iowa paranormal thing, or are you going for ghost hunts?
Ghost hunts.
Do you have a sweet talk, Tyler, for that one?
No, they're sending us. They just all of a sudden were, hey, you guys are going.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So you get to go for free. You suck.
What was that laugh? Was that you, Shannon?
Yeah.
That sounded scary. I thought I was hearing something. So that was your sound effects.
No,
that was her.
Me laughing.
It sounded like a sound effect. I was like, what?
That was not my sound. My name is not Jeremy. It's Shannon.
Oh my! Do that again.
I don't even remember what laugh you're talking about. I've laughed on and off for the last 10 minutes.
I don't think that was Shannon.
Something went. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hi, Juanita.
I only bring spirits in.
No, it was a man. This was a man's laugh, and I know it wasn't Jimmy.
That was actually deep down. It was like almost hidden behind. It's almost like an EVP. It was behind everything, but we all heard it.
Bill. You heard it, right?
Well, yeah,
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear a guy laughing.
Jimmy, did you hear it?
Juanita, what did you bring to the party?
I heard something laughing, yes.
Juanita's got a special guest of her own in here.
Yeah, they just come in and go, and they're probably with him right now.
It's all good. It's all good.
So we weren't
hearing. What it is, man. When I talk about spirits, they like to pop in too, you know.
Wasn't a hallucination then.
No.
It wasn't the alcohol.
I usually get deaf, not hearing voices. That's
Oh, you're married too, huh?
He's married to his hand.
Here we go. It all went downhill.
Oh no, Shannon!
That's in 4 years, with or without my hand.
Break out the monkey butt powder. Here we go.
Holy shit!
Monkey butt. Oh god!
Monkey butt came back in already.
I bought that monkey butt because they didn't have no powder for the feet.
That was for your husband, right, Juanita?
What's that?
That's what she's telling everybody.
Yeah, that was for your husband. The monkey butt powder.
It might be for
me.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Here
God.
we go.
I know he's listening.
Hi, my name's Dr. Phil. We're going to talk about monkey butt powder and monkey butt ointment and vaginal powder. Now, you can't make oil out of monkey butt. That's all I'm saying.
Catch me outside.
Jeez.
Summer's Eve will help out.
Summer's Eve. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, my cheeks are hurting.
Oh my, yeah, my face is hurting.
Shannon.
Yes, Donald.
Can you tell everybody what we did Saturday night, this past Saturday night?
Saturday night, Donald and I got a call from Daryl Wisman at Poasttown Elementary School, and needed some help running a big group. They were expecting about 70 people, but we ended up getting about 42. A bunch of doctors and nurses, which was pretty cool. A lot of them had never done it before. and we got to go in, and Donald got to do a history tour with a group, and we got to investigate with 2 or 3 different groups.
Well,
and,
we were a team, right?
Yeah, Donald, we were a team.
And,
always a team.
Well, we took them up the wrong stairs, Bill.
I want to know who wore the sidekick tights. That's all I want to know.
That was me. I was the sidekick. I was the reader. Shannon was the...
I don't wear tights.
Shannon was the one with the flashlight as I was reading, trying to read my script. And we went up the wrong steps and kind of got screwed up on our first tour. But we had the people laughing. But we had a good... what would you call it, Shannon? It was a good active night.
Oh yeah.
And I want to get to the end of the story. It was me and Shannon's last time. We was in the basement the whole time, Bill, Juanita, and Jimmy. And that was me and Shannon's area. It was the basement. And I walked away. Shannon was listening to the Phasma box, if I'm correct on that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting 25 feet away from Shannon, and probably 10, 11 people, Shannon?
No, we only had about 5 or 6 down there with us the last time.
That last time. Well, anyway, Shannon said, Donald, they're saying your name on the box. I screamed out, well, that's great to know. And so I heard something, and Shannon screamed something else at me that they're looking at you or something. I don't know.
I said, who's over by Donald? And through the Phasma box, a mail came through and said, a kid.
All right. And Shannon says something like that, and I said, oh, that's great. That's you guys just keep telling me that stuff. So I looked to the right of me. I heard something. Shannon didn't hear what I heard, but in the dark, while it was dark, it was pitch black down there. I seen a figure. It was about 3.5, 4 foot tall. You guys, I can't tell you what it looked like. I didn't get that good of a look. But what had happened was it scared me. I'm 6'2". I'm a big guy. I'm 300 some pounds. I even had a gun in my pocket. But I put the flashlight on it. The image went away. I took the flashlight, turned it off, and the thing got closer. It was almost up on me. I didn't say anything. I turned my flashlight on, and I said something, F this, I'm out of here. I went running up them steps as fast as I could go, and Shannon wanted me to go do another tour, and I said, no, I'm done for the night.
I did. I hollered his name 2 or 3 times. I'm like, Donald. He kept on walking up the stairs.
I embarrassed myself. It was my first really paranormal experience, you guys.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And he got to you.
Or whatever. I don't know what it was, Shannon, Jimmy, Bill, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, you didn't give it the chance to find out what it was.
It scared me. As a big guy, I got scared.
Yeah, you should have held your hand out and tried to shake my hand or something.
Yeah, but Shannon, you've been doing it. You and Bill's been doing this a lot longer than I have. You guys.
Yeah, but I would never put you in harm's way, ever.
Yeah, but see, you're used to seeing stuff like that. You and Bill and probably Juanita. That was my first encounter, Shannon, and my first reaction was to get to the light. Get out of there.
Go to the light.
Don't go to the light.
Don't go to
I'm
the light.
furious. I would have went for the spirit.
You would have walked up to what I seen.
Yeah, exactly. Cause
it was coming at me, though, Jimmy. It was coming to me.
You know how many times I've thought about this throughout my life? I mean, nights before you go to bed, those are thoughts.
I don't know, but it scared me, Jimmy, because it got closer. It wasn't afraid of me. I'll tell you that now. I get goosebumps right now thinking about it.
That's why I wouldn't be afraid of it, because I wasn't afraid. That's the only way you treat fire with fire.
Well, yeah. Shannon told me all night because I'd been kind of provoking a little bit, and Shannon kept telling me, she said, Donald, don't provoke. But, I was just saying little things like, come on, you little jerkwads, talk to me.
That's what he was doing, man.
Yeah, that wasn't provoking.
No, that's not provoking at all, Donald. No.
I got warned, and I learned my lesson. I will never provoke again.
He went home that night and was messaging me, I'll never provoke again. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, you did. You warned me, Shannon, and from now on, I will heed your warning.
You guys should just take his recording of that. I will never what again?
Provoke.
I will never provoke.
Play that at the schools and the cemeteries.
He'll do it again. He'll get bored and not be getting a response, and he'll do it again.
Well, me and Shannon's like Laurel and Hardy when we're doing a ghost hunt because Shannon's the one with the most experience, and she don't say there's an expert. She said there's not anything as a professional ghost hunter. So, but she's got a lot more experience than me, and she was getting on me. I would ask too many questions. She'd say slow down, and I was like the dummy and wearing a dunce hat, and Shannon was
You're
like
not
the
the
teacher.
dummy.
Oh,
Well-
so you're not Hardy, you're Laurel?
Whoever the goofy one was.
So I would have took you as Hardy being 300 and something pounds.
Well, Shannon was the smart one.
Yeah, Hardy was the smart one.
You
But
can
we
say
had-
that again, Donald. Say that
We
one
had
more
a
time.
good time. We had a great
You better,
time.
Donald, you better take out a billboard on that one. Shannon's never going to let you live that down.
Oh, my head just swelled up.
Well, Shannon's a really good ghost hunter, you guys. I mean, I know she says there's no such thing as a professional, but to me, Shannon is a professional. In my eyes, she is.
I'm very professional in what I do, but there is no such thing as an expert in this field. I can't say it enough. I'm sure Juanita would vouch for me, and she's a psychic medium. She knows a hell of a lot more than I do,
Hell yeah.
but she still learns from everything she does.
Oh
Well,
my
Shannon-
gosh, yeah, I do.
Tell everybody what Juanita was just telling us before we came on.
Well, I mean, she's very good. She's good at what she does. She's a psychic medium. I've seen her in action. That's when I first met her. She was at a Ghost Hunts USA event at the Ohio State Reformatory, and I mean, she was spot on then. So what she was doing was kind of picking up on, was it Jimmy's dad who's passed away? Stuff about Donald. This is just in the lobby before we came on the air, and she said that if anything comes to mind while we're on the air, that she's going to go ahead and point it out, which is really cool.
Juanita, why don't you tell us what exactly you do and with the police departments and everything,
Yeah.
if you can. Let us know.
I can say, so much about it because I'm not at liberty to talk a lot.
Yep.
I'm on a case right now of a missing person, and Samantha Jones Sperry, I think that's her name, out of Kentucky. And I said a lot of things that way to a lady that contacted me on it. And then the father called me, and I told him a lot, and he stated he talked to a lot of psychics, but he said there was no way what I knew that nobody else knows that I was spot on. Even when I mentioned about him with his tattoos, and he just happened to be a professional tattoo artist. So a lot of things I said about him personally, he asked me to come down and help out with the search.
So how long have you been working with the police departments?
I've been helping them since, you're talking almost 30 years.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for your service on that.
But
Yes,
that's for, missing persons. I've located human remains. I just did one with the CSI out of Limestone. They never used a psychic before, and somebody out of a higher-up law enforcement that works there talked about me. They called me, and I told them, sir, when I'm going to tell you, I said, you're going to think I was there. And he goes, can I put you on speaker? Now, this is the sergeant of the CSI and all his team there. And I went toe-to-toe and told him exactly what the guy did and how he acted on the way out. And I said, you guys just got him missing. And you think something about court because I got alcohol and booze. I said, is this so bad? And he says, yes. He was going to court, and we think he just booked because he didn't want to do the, being on probation and can't drink because he was an alcoholic. And I said that was not the case. I says he left his blue car with a guy named Dean, and to find out his name was Darren that had his car that night. And everything I stated, what they seen on the video, and he couldn't believe what I stated. And then his chief came up and asked me where he was, and I said, he's right up the hill there. I said, you see those birds rolling around? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, that's where he's at. And they said, no, that was a dead animal. Do you get anything else? Well, that's what I got, sir, And then Chief Nook came up to me and says, Juanita, we have 2 remains we found. Can you give me anything about them? And I told him they were females. I told him how long the hair was on the one. And I said it was straight as an arrow. And he said, yep, you're right. And I said, well, the 2 men that you talked to were the men of interest. I said, they're the ones that did it. I was right. Well, 2 days later, I contacted them and asked them about this Scott Wolcott that was missing. And He says, I forgot to tell you, we found him right exactly where you said.
That's wild.
That is. That's awesome, Juanita.
Yeah, and I was at a funeral at another one.
That is wild.
I was at a funeral home on another case that called me, and I wasn't going to take it because respect, but I did, and they were missing somebody in my hometown. And it took me 2 days to get everything going, and they had me Facebook Live. Everything I said was to the T. And then I called another guy. I said, "Will you go get him for me? This is where he's at." Him and his friend had Michael and this other guy located him right where I said.
Wow,
that's so awesome.
And they had the bloodhounds out there in the same area. They had the search team out there, and I said, well, if you take a leash and he had another 30 feet to it, what a police dog would have on its leash, I said, you will find him on the other side of the creek, and that's where they found him.
Do you get paid to do this?
No, I do not.
It for free?
No, I do everything for free like this.
Well, thank you. Like Bill said, thank you for your service. To help. I've seen this on shows, and I really didn't think they did this, but this is common practice for police now.
Yeah, it is. But like the ones that contacted me, they never used one before. So
right,
they were just shocked at things I said because they told me if I lived there that they thought I was involved with his disappearance because that's how spot on it was.
Well, you made me a believer right before we came on because you hit Jimmy with 3 things dead on. I mean, things you told him that he agreed with. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I mean, but in a good way. A good way.
When they connect, like the father figure was connecting around me, and then as soon as I heard mother, she says, "Talk about the 3. It's about me," and it did. It had a deep connection with the number 3 was her.
Wow. I mean, that was awesome, Juanita.
Hot, long, and liver.
Yeah. Now, if something comes up on me, Bill, or Shannon during the show, Juanita, just let us have it. And if you pick something up, because I'll tell you the truth. If you hit something, I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
I'd rather be right than wrong.
Oh, I'm sure. You sound like you're pretty smart, though, on this.
Yes, I like it. They called me a bloodhound. I call myself a human bloodhound. I don't sniff out the cells. I sniff out the energy. I feel out the energies. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I wish I had a little bit of that ability.
Me too. I'd be rich.
I've had clients up here that they don't even want to leave after they're reading, and I just got to keep putting them out the door there.
I don't know if I'd actually want to have that ability sometimes.
That's what I was about to say.
You think it'd be overwhelming.
Well, sometimes, I mean, I know with other mediums...
It'd be worse than being a coke dealer to be at your house at all hours of the night.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, it being... Having that ability, sometimes you can't turn it off, and that
you can't. No, mine don't turn off.
It's constantly on, and you might be in a weird sleep routine just because of it.
Well, yeah, that too. But you see, it's hard, as you know, it's hard for me to go on laptops or anything with computers or electric because it just freezes up on me. So I don't hardly touch any of that stuff. But I do touch things and I get things off it, and I'll give you an example. I don't know if anybody of you heard about Edgar Casey in Virginia Beach.
No.
It's a psychic foundation. It's really big, but here in New York, a touch of a dollar bill a lady handed me, I told her not to let go of the other end of it. And I told her, I said, there's a lady coming in and she says she's a mother figure, and she died 2 years ago. And we went to battle. Her mom died 8 years ago, and I'm going, that's not what I'm picking up. And I told her, I says, what does Frederick connect with you? And she said she didn't know. And I says, well, you do. And then all of a sudden I looked at her T-shirt, and it was the American flag on there. I says, you know what? I'm leaving for Norfolk because my daughter was in the Navy down there. And she goes, oh, I'm from Oceana. And I had to laugh because I was just in Oceana a week prior to that looking for a Blue Angel. My daughter said I would never catch up with because they're highly guarded. And guess what? I caught up with them.
Oh, wow.
So I told her, I said, that has nothing to do with it. I said, I'm going to Edgar Casey because I get my ESP done down there. And she goes, oh, my Aunt May St. Clair was the president. She was a psychic down there. And I says, yeah. I said, this is the lady that's connecting with you. She goes, well, I took care of her. She died 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I said, still hold on to the dollar bill, ma'am. I said, because she says you have something to give me. She goes, I have 2 books for you. Can I go get them? And I said, yes. She drove to Wright's Corners, and Victoria came back and handed them to me. I opened them up, and I was floored. I had Edgar Casey's original book of the river that he wrote. He only wrote 1 book. Everybody else writes about him, and it was about his abilities. The other book she gave me was like a doctor book with, those black folders from way back when. And every person he read, they dictated and put on paper, and they became members. And that's how his foundation started growing. So I said I would return them for her. Come to find out, they've been missing since 1967. And I'm going to tell you something. I have the photos, I have documents of what I'm saying, and I took them down there. Those books are worth $2.5 million.
What?
They are in a glass case right now in a safe that they have off the property there, and only the people that belong to Edgar Casey's allowed to view it. So I was able to stick one of my business cards in the middle of it. My advisor Ted Silverhand told me, he goes, I got a tear going down my eye, and my face. I says, why? He goes, because you didn't ask for no money. He goes, you could have got $100,000 each. I says, the lady asked me if I would drop them off to there safely. I says, like you asking me to take your money and put it in the bank, you expect me to do it.
Right.
So I didn't ask for nothing, but I am one of their big psychics down there now.
So when you put your business card in there, does that connect you in any way to him, or have you?
I've had connections with Edgar Casey here and there in spirit.
Wow.
Are you anything like John Edwards? I remember watching the show John Edwards, the psychic guy. Is he for real?
I have never met him, and I can't dog nobody, but I've listened to him. Yes, he's good.
I used to like him. I used to love that show, and I finally get to talk to a real psychic person. This is awesome.
Yeah, I love skeptics. I'll tell you example of what happened to me today. I went to the laundromat to do my comforter, and I only went from my car to the big top loader there, and I lost my keys. Couldn't find my keys anywhere. So I figured maybe they got in the wash. So I had to wait for the cycle. Couldn't find my keys. I went in the garbage there 3 times, and this man's looking at me. I said, I can't find my keys. For an hour, we looked, couldn't find them. Then finally, I said, Tony, with St. Anthony, I says, please help me find my keys. As I'm in my car, as I tore that apart, and I heard, go to the washer, your keys are in the soap dispenser. And I'm going, what? So I went into the laundromat, and the guy goes, I go to the guy, I says, my spirit guide told me where my keys are. He goes, spirit guide, are you Catholic? And I said, yes, I am. And I went to the machine, and there's my keys in the soap dispenser. And I'm going, wow, that's weird. But when I talked to the guy some more, he goes, well, I'm a Mormon. He goes, we don't believe in this stuff. And I says, yeah. I said, but your father has passed, and he told me to talk about your brother John. Well, his eyes got really big because his brother's name's John. And I says, there's another connection with you with Amelia Street. And he looked at me, goes, why'd you say that? I says, because your father told me to mention it. And he goes, well, I lived right around the corner off Amelia Street. I said, did you live in a house by a lady that owned it by Karen? His eyes got huge. He goes, I can't believe this. He goes, we don't believe in this stuff. And he goes, man, you got some gift. And then we talked a little bit more. And then I says to him, I says, sir, I see a lot of stars around you, but they're black. I couldn't even count because that's how many were around him. I see orbs, but I've never seen black stars before. I says, now they're in your face. I said, they're all over your face. And I says, I don't know about y'all Mormons, I don't know what your beliefs are. And he goes, well, the way you say it with the stars, he goes, our belief is we had life behind the stars before we came here. He goes, I said, oh, like aliens? He goes, yes, but it was our life behind the stars. Now we came to Earth, and I went, wow. Well, I can't debunk it because, what I seen and how he explained his religion, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he
Weird.
shook my hand and he says, you know, you changed me. And that's
Wow.
a deep Mormon. He goes, would you like one of my books? I said, no, sir. I said, I don't read books. You know? So, I like
Well,
it.
I hope we can get a reading tonight. I hope you can pick up on one or two of us here before we get off here tonight. It'd be great.
Well, she already picked up on Jimmy.
Well, I know, but I'm dying to hear something. I want to hear something. I mean, oh my God, that would freak me out if she just said something that was about my life or my history, you know?
Now, Juanita also you do tarot card readings, right?
Oh, yes, I do Angel Tarot, and I actually do Deep Tarot. But I used to do the deeper on Facebook Live, but I stopped that because a couple of people, I asked to private message me because the cards, how they came out.
Yeah.
And they would say thank you, and they wouldn't private message me. Hey, I'm not charging you. I just, you know, this is important. And she didn't. And it was very, very bad. And I told her, well, she got hit by a car the next day.
Oh my God.
She's okay, but, you know, they don't listen. So I decided not to pull those cards out no more.
Now, can you tell us what the difference is between the angel tarot and the deep?
The deep cards, well, the angel is this more softer version of what the deeper would say to you. Okay? If you understand that.
Yeah.
Okay? And there's a lot of people out there that, you know, I don't want to put it out there, the deep cards. So I put it in the angel guide cards because they're self-explained.
Are the deep cards, are they usually negative most of the time, or?
Well, it depends on the person, you know? No,
I got you.
You know, and that's how I read when they come to my office. You know, I wait for spirits to talk to me first, and then they tell me what religion or, you know, what their beliefs are, and then that's how I pull my cards out.
I got you. Now, do you still do the Facebook Live with the angel cards?
Yes, I just did that last night.
Okay. So if anybody listening, if you guys follow her on Facebook, you can watch her do her live tarot card readings on Facebook.
Where do you find it at?
Look up her name on Facebook, Donald.
Yep, Juanita Szafarnski, psychic medium. I'm on there all the time.
That's what I wanted to hear. I'm going to have Shannon send me your name because I can't remember how to spell it. So,
Donald, go to our Bill and I's Facebook page for TLP, and you can click on her name there and add her.
I'm hoping to get something here tonight before we get off this show.
SZA.
Is that you, Bill?
What's it? No, that wasn't.
That was Jimmy talking.
I was giving you the
name.
The name.
Okay, but who's the other one talking?
That would be Donald.
That's me.
Donald, he was the one that was wishing for a reading?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Are you a little heavy?
Yes.
I'm putting it politely because I'm getting heavy breathing around you. My mouth is super, super dry with you.
Yes, I don't have saliva glands.
Oh, you don't?
No, I had, well, I'm going ahead and tell you, I had cancer and the radiation treatments burnt the saliva glands out of my mouth.
Okay, yeah.
And I have an oxygen tank.
Yeah, I can hardly breathe.
Well, wow. Shannon, do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe her. I wouldn't have her on the show if I didn't believe her.
Oh my gosh!
I pop energies up too. You know, when I have people put their hands up, and I put mine up to about a half inch away, and they could feel the heat coming off my hands. I did that with Stan, your Stan, Shannon.
Yeah.
And we were in the break room, and I did it to him. I says, "Oh, you're sensitive. Let me pop you up some." Oh, that poor guy. He went in a solitary. He come running out and said he felt like he got somebody tried joking him. And I had to tell him, no, that's what you were sensing and feeling that happened to the other person.
Right.
He
was just amazed how he picked
I want to hear
right
Bill.
away.
Bill, start talking and see if she can pick something up on you, Mr. Bill.
I'm just listening. I'm having an awesome time listening on this one.
She got me.
Great.
She said I was heavy. Yes, I call myself the fat man on my live videos, Juanita.
Oh, okay. Okay, they should call you the fat cat.
The fat cat. I've used that word before. And you said heavy breathing. You're
Yes,
dead on. You're dead on. And dry mouth. I stay with liquid in my mouth. I have to drink something 24/7.
Yeah, it feels like I gotta have one of those, those wet sponge like a lollipop and keep going around underneath my lips and stuff,
That's what happened to my teeth because my
yeah,
mouth.
that's what I was just talking about with the teeth there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Shannon, this is awesome. You got anything else coming up on me?
You gotta watch your knee. You have a knee issue and a foot issue?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you're scaring me now.
No, you're asking, so I'm letting you know.
Well, no, it's great. It's awesome.
To the doctors, I tell people, you're in and out within an hour.
Maybe I said the wrong word. No, you're not scaring me, but it's so true what you're saying. I'm disabled because I've got I had the chemotherapy burnt the nerves up in my feet, and I can't feel my feet. Actually, they're numb.
Okay, you keep screaming, and now I'm getting a pain in my arm.
Yes, I just got hit in my arm earlier tonight.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, was it from one of the guys here?
No, it's from a guy that was at my house earlier. But
okay, well, I got a guy. You could have got hit by anything. I got a guy. How's that?
Wow! Wow! Amazing! Thank you, Juanita. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shannon, I'm becoming this whole paranormal psychic stuff. I am becoming a deep believer.
We wouldn't be doing it, Donald, if we didn't believe, brother.
My stomach hurts.
Bill, what about me? I'm a fat guy that can't breathe. That's got a dry mouth and my feet are messed up.
Donald, I'm 6'2" and fat too. Come on, man.
I'm 6'2", but I weigh 340 pounds.
Oh man, my cheeks.
What about Shannon there? Are you picking up anything on Shannon Griffin here?
Shannon's a good girl.
That's right.
Good. I feel, I don't really know much about her. I don't go on Facebook like that or anything. But, 2 daughters, Shannon?
Yep.
Okay. Is there something going on with your youngest one?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not seeing wheelchair, but I keep seeing strollers, so I'm not sure what I'm picking up.
Oh, Lord.
He has a walker.
A walker? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, you're right on it with that child. You're a very loving mom. Single?
I am. Yeah, I am now, yeah.
Oh, you are now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes you're just better off being yourself.
That's all. That's how I look at it every day.
Yeah.
Amen to that one.
Yeah.
Shannon, you going to tell her about Allie now?
Yes, please. Who?
Allie is my youngest.
Allie's your daughter?
Yes.
Ouch, I'm getting a pain in my hip. Okay.
Oh my God.
Ah, this hurt. Okay.
Are you talking about her or me?
We're talking about your daughter, and I'm talking to you, but the pain's gone now, so it was in my hip area.
When you said her youngest daughter, that put a chill down my spine because her name's Allie. Shannon, go ahead and tell her.
Allie was diagnosed with Rett syndrome in January of 2014. Rett syndrome is in the same category as autism and Angelman syndrome.
Okay.
She doesn't walk or talk.
Gotcha.
She'll stand up by herself. She crawls around everywhere, but she has a walker. She has leg braces. She's got hand braces.
But no wheelchair.
No wheelchair, but we do have a medical stroller on the way.
I did not see a wheelchair around her like that.
But she said a stroller, and I'm waiting for the medical stroller.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh my. The only one left is MrBill.
Yeah, now I'm scared.
Don't be scared. She's awesome.
I heard MrBill, and I felt like this hand puppet on my hand now. You know, the sock puppet.
Oh my God. Oh
no. MrBill.
Story of my life right there, Juanita. Story of my life.
They pick on you a lot?
Everybody picks on me, but I love it. After 26 years of DJing, I get to let everybody pick on me, so.
There you go.
What the heck?
Yep. Makes the heart grow fonder with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all you got, Bill? You just
I don't know what else to say.
You got the hand puppet.
Wait. She already hit me up earlier on when she said she had pain in her stomach. We already nailed that one.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
in the legs and all that. Yeah.
So
she's got Jimmy, Shannon, me. Oh my gosh, you're real.
You want her to do Donald Trump next? What the heck here?
No. I already got done messing with my hair. It's already flipped on one side right now. Seriously, man, I don't need no more sticking up.
I am a big Trump supporter, though, Juanita.
So is my husband. You know, I don't knock the president. That's my husband. You know, that's his man.
You should knock the president. I didn't say anything about Obama. I just put up a...
Wow, this is all. I'm so glad you invited me tonight, Shannon.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy. I didn't know if Bill was going to make it. He had that big storm coming through Iowa.
Well, you know,
I didn't know if he was going to have power.
That's what I was worried about.
I can't predict one thing. I think I got a storm heading my way.
No shit, really?
It just went past Bill, so it's heading my way.
I'm glad you're on it.
I'm not like you, though. You amaze me. You have amazed me tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When you were at the reformatory, what did you get out there? What did you feel out there, Juanita?
I want to go back because when we were on what you call the East Wing, remember we couldn't figure out which north, south, east, west.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about when we were looking for the stage area?
Yeah, when we were at the stage area.
Shannon gets lost easy. It's okay.
When I went into that bedroom by myself and came back out, there was actually one standing right under the threshold, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And that's when Stan had picked something up about red.
Yeah.
And it had nothing to do with that girl wearing red that night.
Really?
No, it had nothing to do with her.
When the Phasma box said red when she walked in the room, it had nothing to do with her?
Red was a prisoner.
What?
Wow.
Yes. And Karen can tell you more about that, Red.
You remember the name that it gave us through the Phasma?
No.
Because it said a name too, and she happened to have a brother that had the same name. Was it like John or something?
Yes, and then it said Teresa right afterwards. I still had the video on it.
Okay.
And then when we were down in solitary, well, before we went to solitary, when I did that with Stan in the break room with the energy, I was showing him my bracelet, and it's filled with all the quartz in it.
Uh-huh.
And leather. A guy made it out of Texas. And we were in solitary, and he had the spirit box going, and they asked for the bracelet.
Oh, wow.
So I told them, I told the spirit I'll take my bracelet to the blue light, which was on the other side of the room. I said, as long as you don't hide it on me. Because it was pitch dark in there.
Right.
And I'd say a few minutes later, we heard leather. And that's exactly what was on the bracelet, was that soft leather.
Now, you know, out of all the times that I've been there to the reformatory, I've never got to go down into solitary and investigate.
Really? I was telling Stan, I said, there's a lot of spirits here. I'll take pictures. I'll show you. So there's probably dust. Nope. I caught a couple of shadows I had on photo, and I caught a lot of orbs.
Now, also, speaking of pictures, you showed me some pictures in the break room that night, too, where you do stuff with fire.
Yes, I do flame cleansings. That's when people have evil spirits in their homes or their businesses. I will go in there and I will bless the house, and then I will do the channels. The one lady I did in Ransomville, it was ugly, very, very ugly. The house it was bright out. All the curtains were open. It went pitch dark in her dining room, and then finally went light. We took pictures the whole time, and then I found the black mask in front of her, and I did the flame cleansing. And what it does is the bad ones will show up in my flame and will show their faces or whatever they are.
And she showed me a couple pictures, and one of them was, it looked like the face of an alien.
Yes. Oh, the alien. Yes, that was in my driveway. Yes, that was an alien.
Yeah, she showed me that one. Now, do you have these pictures on your Facebook page?
Yes, I do. You have to scroll down real deep, and you'll find a lot of my flame cleansings. I even caught the wizard in one of them. You'll be impressed with the wizard. I've caught angel guides. I caught Zeus, if y'all know Zeus. I actually showed that to an investigator. He was amazed when he seen Zeus. I said, I prayed to Zeus, and he showed up in my flame.
Showed me that one too, I think. You showed me like 3 different ones.
Yep, and I showed you one with the horse and the warrior on the horse. That was a flame. And then there was one with the angels bowling. They actually had a bowling ball, like they were, ready to throw the ball. I have pictures of that too, and then I got pictures of the devil.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Wild as hell is what it is.
It's weird because they're not in the flames; they're actually above the flames. Yeah, you'll have to check them out. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They're above it, but like the alien's face that you showed me looked like it was made out of flames.
Yeah, that was a flame. That was, I had to cleanse because my ex died, and he was at the VA hospital. And after the procession, I told his spirit, "Don't follow me home. You're not welcome." Well, I went to go in my house, and I got scratched, 3 scratches and a burn mark on my neck, and I took pictures. And that's when my spirit guide came out. I showed you that one. It was all white.
Yeah.
And then I showed you of my ex. He had the long hair and the big smiley face, like he's running from the flame, like you can't catch me. Yeah. And that's when the alien one came out too. That was all in one.
That's crazy though. How does somebody even get into the cleansing with the flames?
It's very, very deep. You got to know what you're doing. I do a lot of prayers. I use a special salt. I go to the shrines and I get holy water, and I get my beeswax candles from them, and I also get my metals and holy incense, and the holy incense go into my salt. This way I have, and everything's blessed by the priest, and I have a lot of protection. And I'll give you an example. If you go down, it looks like a big tornado in front of me. It's all white. And that was on Amelia Street, and that's a haunted house. I used to live there. I've been attacked too many times there, so I prayed to St. Michael to protect me. I took a picture after my prayer, and it looked like a big white tornado in front of me of protection. That's on my Facebook too, so yep.
So in other words, don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. No.
I'm amazed tonight.
You can catch your house on fire.
Oh God, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you got to really know what you're doing.
Juanita, when you read people though, like if they have a very good close friend, can you pick up anything about somebody's friend?
Yes, when I do Facebook Live with the cards, I'll say, this could be you or somebody very close to you, because if you talk, I'll give you an example. My sister came in from California. I gave her a hug, but she couldn't make it to Lilydale. I get up there, and the Rev ended up reading my sister because she touched me.
So you have to actually
I do that at my office, too, and if somebody's concerned about a person, I will let them know what's going on with that person.
Well, see, like tonight, Jimmy's up here, our producer, and he's got a really good friend that hangs at his house. I was just wondering if you could pick up something on Jimmy's friend. I won't even give you his name, but they're really close. I would just want to know.
But he's not passed.
Well, but she's telling stuff about us, and we're not passed. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but the people that she's talking about, she talked about Allie too, and Allie's alive. So, I guess I see what you're saying, Donald.
If somebody's at my office and they sit down and I'm saying, well, I'm getting this, but it had been somebody very close to you, and they'll say, oh, that's my friend, or that's my, a family member.
No, everything you said has been so dead on, and I was just wondering, like, Jimmy's got a good friend. If you could just say something, I don't know if you could have picked up something. I would have loved for you to say, hey, your friend does this, or your friend's got a problem with this, or you know.
Being here all night. Right now, I'm starting to get sick to my stomach a little, and I'm being honest, and I'm getting super hot. That could be you or somebody close, because it's like somebody has a high blood pressure issue.
It's not me, so it has to be Bill, Shannon, or Jimmy.
I know somebody with a high blood pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
You do?
So do I.
What about? Well, I'll tell you what.
See, this is what it is. Energy jumps. You can be asking me one thing, and I'm picking up on somebody else that's around you.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I was just kind of hoping you would have said vodka or something like that, because Jimmy drinks a lot of vodka.
Well, maybe that's why I was getting hot.
Are you sweating, Jimmy?
No, I'm not.
I'm getting hot.
I'm right above my AC unit, and it feels really good.
I think my wife's going to be hot.
I hope y'all liked it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I want to know when you're going to be back in Ohio, that way I can maybe figure out a way to be there.
Well, It seems like every time I want to get up there lately, it's all booked up on me, sold out.
Well, maybe we should work with Juanita about going to Octagon Hall.
What is Octagon Hall?
It's in Kentucky.
Well, that's not far from us. I mean, it's
No, I don't. I don't remember how far it is. That's the one that Keith from Taps told us about.
That sounds interesting.
Have you ever heard of it?
Nope.
It's he said it was used at, what do you say, a Civil War hospital at one point in time.
And they hid soldiers in the attic.
Oh, okay.
Several soldiers died up in the attic. They would hide the oh God, I can see him. Not the Union, but the Confederate soldiers would hide in the attic.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He said that too.
I did get something. I don't want to cut you off on it, but about solitary again. When I was with Stan and Karen, I literally got picked up off the floor and thrown into Karen into the wall. My feet weren't even touching the floor.
What?
Yeah, Stan was there for that one.
And what did you feel in the chapel? You know, up the 6 flights of stairs, other than having to catch your breath when you were up there with me. But
oh my God,
it's a workout. Am I wrong? And that's where I go every time I'm there.
That's a workout.
Shannon loves the steps.
But the chapel was pretty. Interesting, especially when I opened up with the Lord's Prayer, and they, the Spirit recognized me as a reverend. I was glad I was interacting, but when you sent me up to the
TB
floor,
area, the tuberculosis area.
Oh my goodness! I'm going up there, and all I'm hearing is check the cell, check the cell. So I went to the cell, and and I walked away from it, and I go check it again, and I went to open the door, and I'm going, what's going on here? So I put the Facebook Live, my camera on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there ain't no floor to it. I'm glad this is welded shut, because I would have walked right into it.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would have sucked badly.
And they were telling us on the history tour there that somebody in the TB area a spirit there doesn't like all the doors closed to those rooms.
Yes, because they wanted me to open that door.
It's almost like they wanted you to fall through the floor.
Exactly.
I'd have never made it up the steps.
Well,
there was a woman that was in a wheelchair, Donald, that got up and could barely walk and went up those 6 flights of stairs.
Sure
it might have took you a little while, but you could have done it.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm starting to get really involved in this. I'm really starting to open my mind up to all this. I've seen stuff. Now, tonight I've heard things that somebody like Juanita shouldn't have known about me, but she did. It's freaky. I mean, it's different.
It's the unknown. I can go into a bar and have one drink, and I'm drunk because of everybody else's, drinking.
Wow.
And I can go to one side of that bar at a bar stool with somebody on it, and I'll just tap their shoulders and go all the way down and say something to them.
Well, see, if Jimmy had your powers, it would save him a lot of money.
I was about to say, I would like to have that just to be able to walk into a bar and buy one drink and be shit-faced.
Yeah.
Just a little comedy there.
I wish I could get away with one drink.
Jimmy, if it never touches your tongue, it's still considered one drink.
Exactly.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
You guys realize this show's almost over? This has been very interesting. It seems like we've only been on here 5 minutes.
Well, it is interesting every time. That's why I say, I used to get really nervous when I first started, but the more we do an episode or something, it gets easier and easier because there's just so much to talk about.
Yes, there is.
Definitely.
Well, I really enjoyed myself tonight with y'all.
Well, you're awesome, and if you don't mind, I'll have you back on again.
Anytime.
Well,
I'll be leaving in Kentucky Sunday for that missing person, Samantha Sperry, and then I'm heading to Arizona. I have a group party down there, and then I got to go to Colorado and possible back to California for my R&R.
She needs to read Billy Bob on All In.
Oh my God!
Who do you think I was talking about with the high blood pressure, Donald?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy Bob's got a high blood pressure, don't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yep.
And he gets very upset easy too.
Yep. He's got to keep that at a.
Sounds like a candidate for pot.
Yeah. Start with the edibles.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Juanita.
Oh my God.
Not only is she a psychic medium, but she's a comedian too.
Oh, she was awesome to
Yeah,
have.
see, when I have a couple cocktails, man, I don't stop.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to take her as a comedian. I'm going to take her as a doctor because that sounded like a prescription to me. Start with the edibles. Start with the edibles. I think I'm going to. I mean, I follow my doctor's orders. That's what I do. I'm going to have
I'm
to
your
go.
spiritual doctor.
There we go. So
How's
my doctor
that?
says, "No, officer, my doctor prescribed these for me."
Well, I don't. If I had powers like Juanita, I'd be looking like. Is there any hidden money? Is there any money somewhere hidden somewhere?
Oh, jeez.
I do. I'm a finder's keeper too.
Man, like you don't even need like one of those metal detectors on the beach. You can just go there and say,
I sense. I was up in
"Find the money."
I was up in Herkimer, the diamond field up there, and I told my grandson, I says, I feel like I got to go to this big tree, and you're not supposed to be over there. And I says, you know, be my Hawkeye for me. And I'm on the side of the cliff there, and there's rushing water, and I'm like, oh my God! I took a sledgehammer. Underneath the root of this tree was this huge rock with all these quartz in it. I hit the mother load on it. I was psyched over it.
So now you're a diamond smuggler. That's what you are.
Please, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Diamonds, Jimmy.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, yeah.
You know, the woman's best friend. Diamond is a woman's best friend.
Hey, I'm an April girl, and that's my
Diamonds
that's
aren't my
stone.
best friend.
Yep.
All right, what's your best friend, Shannon?
It
Besides
the hell,
diamond?
it ain't
Is it your
diamonds or anything
AR-15?
money can buy.
Is it your AR-15?
Well, you got me. You got me there. Okay.
Green crack is my best friend.
Oh my God.
I like green Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
know you do. That's why I like it.
And you really can't find it in the store.
No, I can't find it anymore. It's like watermelon now. I need to change the flavors.
Oh, pineapple's good.
I've never tried pineapple, but I might give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
He really likes green.
I like
Green?
Kool-Aid, but green
Is
is my
Yeah,
favorite.
it's not a
Is it-
Kool-Aid.
Is it the green lime Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Well, we went to Roosters the other day. You asked my son-in-law. I said, that's the first thing I asked the waitress. Do you have green Kool-Aid? No, sir. We got some kind of green slurry. I said, no, I got to have green Kool-Aid. Nobody
Lucky.
sells green Kool-Aid.
You're lucky they didn't bring you a glass of green vodka.
Right.
Here, drink that.
Here's
I
the
don't
green
drink
Kool-Aid.
Grenadine.
I drink Tangerine gin. That's a green bottle.
I mean, back home, my dad's mixed drinks. He calls them Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid. I like the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, but that's,
yeah,
I don't put none in
the
mine.
other night, Jimmy Jones.
Oh, Jim Jones, that guy had a tragedy.
We
Yeah.
made too much Kool-Aid when I was in the Army because you never know what got poured in there. So
Bill.
no more for me.
I bet that
Oh,
would be
Lord.
a good place for you guys to go down there in Guyana where all that happened, the Jim Jones thing.
Yeah, well, is that South America or Africa?
South America, I think. Is it Guyana, Bill?
I flunked
I don't
English, so
know.
how the hell am I going to know that?
Hey, guys.
My geography
I was going to
is
say
as good as it
geography,
should
not
be.
English.
I know.
Hey, you guys should tune in Friday night at 9 p.m. I'm going Facebook Live. I'm going to be doing a seance, and I'm going to have some paranormal investigation team here
Where
At your
is
house?
Guyana?
in my office.
The Jim Jones tragedy happened. South America.
Well, send out a reminder. If you post something, I'll share it to our page. That way we don't forget.
Yep. I'll be posting that tomorrow.
Awesome.
I know we only got, I don't know how many minutes we got, Jimmy, like 4 or 5. I didn't mention it at the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. I know there's quite a few people out there that know about it, and we talked about it earlier about the Air Force C-130 crashing today, in Savannah, Georgia, killing 5 Air Force personnel today. I just want to give out my thoughts and prayers to those families and everybody serving in our military.
Amen
Amen
to
to
that.
that.
Amen.
Amen.
And that is South America, Jimmy. Guyana is in South America.
It is. I thought so.
We'll send out the thanks and prayers to all our other brothers and sisters out fighting. and taking
Yes.
care of things. Thank you
Any
guys very
Bill
much.
thanking a veteran, just seeing a veteran, just telling a veteran thanks means a lot to these guys.
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
does. It sure
Yeah.
does.
I do it every day at work at the VA, and when we're flying someplace, and if I got my pin on, somebody will say it to me, so it does mean a lot.
Well, Bill, I'm going to go ahead and say it to you. Thank you for your service, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
I tell you
Thank
all
you.
the time, Bill.
I know. Oh, just kidding. Yeah. We want to say a shout out. I hope the guys in the warehouse are listening and don't wreck those forklifts.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Henry.
Chris is listening tonight, Shannon. I just
Yeah,
want
he
to say that.
messaged me. I know he's listening. We'll give a shout out to Chris Fitzwater.
And
He's
Henry.
in Louisiana.
Hey,
What's up, Chris?
Chris,
And,
how you doing, buddy?
Chris, we would have had you call in, but Shannon didn't give the phone number out again at the beginning.
I know, and I was actually reminded by Donald. He poked me and gave me the.
But it was like
Give me the
quarter
phone
till. I
number.
mean, it was too late, I guess. 20 till.
Well, I knew tonight's episode would be really good with Juanita on here, and I just didn't want anybody to interrupt it.
It's kind of selfish,
no,
Shannon.
because everybody else wanted a reading.
They do know. Well, see, they can follow you on Facebook, and then they can, when you do your tarot card readings, and you can help them out there, and
We
like
kind of
that.
hogged Juanita up to ourselves tonight.
Just you, Donald, just you.
It was very
All right, we
interesting.
got a minute.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
But I mean, for the most part, Juanita, it was awesome having you on here tonight,
Yes,
and
thank you,
I will
Juanita.
definitely have you back for sure.
That's
Sure, I'll
awesome.
come back on. I probably want to come back on Friday, too.
Uh-oh.
Well,
All
we
in,
can
it's called all in.
pre-record it.
Cocktails. I'll be in on that one.
Oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
That'd
I'm gonna
be
bring her
no
in.
hold bars with me then.
I'll show you how to jump in the room. I'm sure they'll have fun with that.
That's all I need is to jump in there.
I wanted to read Paul. I wanted to read Paul Daniels.
Well, we'll try and get her in there on a Friday night.
Hey, we want to say thank you to everybody out there listening. We know we're running short of time here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Shannon. Awesome show. Juanita, thank you again. Can't wait to have you back. Donald, it's fun as always.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Shannon.
Jimmy, you jumped in every now and then. Thank you for being with us in here tonight.